What's up, everyone? This is Ink here. Today we're going to be going against F&G, and this is a new season, season 44, with Decay and Sugar Pill. And Decay is the attackers and Sugar Pill is the defense. So for the season, I took up multiple attackers and a defender or two. One of the attackers I already had at R4 was Void. So this was super clutch, but I worked on sticking him in the SIG 200. Because it's crucial for his damaging debuffs, as you can see right there. It helps get him quicker and be able to take him down more. This is just a routine fight of Meth versus Void. Void is Incinerate immune and can reverse power gain eventually with all the debuffs. As you can see, I didn't get no withers on it. But I was able to bait the SP2. I went with SP1 in this fight so I could just get a head start pretty much. But you don't get withers on champions that aren't global, which is weird that Meth isn't global because he's Mystic. But as you can see, it's a pretty easy fight right there. Barely lost any health. So on this fight, I did not have a Nimrod or a Mutant to fit in my team. So I had to make do with what I had, so I used Void. My whole idea here is just to spam SP1 if I can and just tick her down. And as you can see, it gets a little bit hairy per se, but it's not going to be bad. And it's also, I'm also going to show you what it seems and how it seems like that a good old, Striker, aka Relic, is very important in War now, as they've seen this in the prophecy way before. So right now I'm at 9, going to 10. See, she also gets illusion when I'm at 10 combos, and so does she. But she loses illusions when she gets knocked down. As you can see, she's just ticking down right now. And she has multiple debuffs on her. The armor break every time from the node also gets applied to her. She's being a little stingy. I don't have a taunt, so she isn't going to throw SP1s like crazy. But we don't want to push her to an SP2, and we don't want her to get an illusion and then be able to phase, because she's going to build prowess, and she's going to build neural stock, depending if she hits into us or we hit into her, or vice versa. And we don't want that to happen. So right here, I'm just wall dodging, and she's my R5 mutant, so I know her like the back of my hand right there, so I knew how she was going to throw that special, and I just know the fluidity of her, so I wasn't really worried. But right here, I extend my combo with my Relic to finish it. So this fight, I did this in off-season once, and it went pretty well. And I believe Sandman is the perfect option for this fight. A, because he has many debuffs, Decelerate, Slow from the global, and this is the global champ, Wither from the global, Vulnerabilities. Heck, there's so much more. I'm going to invul for this fight, and I'm going to use Science Boost. Just how I am. Obviously, we're taking a non-stressful season, but we're still trying, if that makes sense to you guys. So we're just not going to go try hard and get all mopey and depressed if we don't get Masters. But if we get Masters, then we're fine. And so far, it feels like a lot smoother seas. So let's just keep that up. And I can't complain about that. I just want to make sure my boosts were on, so I came back out. You know, good old thing. So Special Burst Lockdown. And we're going to just want her to throw her SB1 on Bleed Immune. But if you think about it, she would be gaining power since I'm Bleed Immune. But there's so many debuffs and so many withers that I'm going to be hitting right here. See, there's 2 withers, and then you apply a heavy off a special when they get knocked down, slowing me. So right now we're at 5 withers right here. And I dodged, and see, it's just a normal, nice little fight right here. I put the Spidey 99 relic on, so I can be Dex immune, per se, which these wire relics are clutch. And as you can tell, it's just a nice, easy fight right here. See, right here is where I screwed up. I got too anxious, and I know I fought her many times with Path 4 back in the day with Elsa, that her recovery after her special, she turtled up like that. So, no problem here. I just have to wait till unblockables off. And then I can get into my true damage of how I wanted to do this. So as you can see, there's decelerates, there's the slows. I just use SB2s pretty much. SB1s give you a petrify, but right there, see, we're unstable. That's why I want to as soon as I can right here, get to an SP2. And see, it wasted some of my unstable charges, but see, as we're at suppressions, 33, 34, decelerates, withers, but every time you do a heavy root, it takes, I believe, 2 or 3 of the unstable charges, which is basically the vulnerability right there. Because once you hit, as you can see right here, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Yeah, once you hit 20, yeah, but I don't even hit 20 that time. But yeah, once you hit 20 is when you become unstable. And then after that, it just ticks down, but it's not bad. So right here, my invol's still up, and this new node is pretty interesting. Usually nulls here, and now since this node with Power Sting and heal block, you can't use abs. They really made this less champ, like nuke-wise, and you have to work around different counters for it, which is completely understandable. But it's painful retreat, as you can see right there, so there's a Power Sting on me. So every so odd seconds, and then, yeah, Quicksilver has a bunch of debuffs as well. So this fight, I was actually pretty nervous about, even though I've gone against Quicksilver before in war. But new nodes and just new interactions. And he wasn't there during off season, so no really chances. But he doesn't evade when you have critical hits. And Zemo hits very critically hard, obviously. But, yep, right here I just get to SP2. He's rooted, but I'm not going to get into my really any damage yet. But I want to try to get the SP2 out. And this is why I involved right here, because I go to dodge it. And I'm not really good at dodging. As you can see, there's that Power Sting and all the weakness and the velocity, terminal velocity stuff. Whiplash, yep, excuse me. Debuffs right there as well. So, as you can see, I got Whiplash, so I lost some damage. The Relic helps extend my combo, and it's a Valk Relic, so it helps Zemo a lot. Can hit him the block harder. Right there. Just hitting a block, just trying to get him to stop playing turtle. And I've successfully dodged this SP2, which I'm pretty proud of. First time I've done it. I throw my SP2 here again, and the fight's over with. So far, all good, all new solos. New champ interactions, you gotta love it. This next fight is going to be node 37, which is the new node number that was given, and that's going to be the Placebo node with personal space regeneration, so they'll be regenning a lot. And I could have used Void for this, like my good buddy DJ and SP2 did. Not SP2, excuse me, BG2. But I'm going to use Sandman, because Sandman's pretty OP. I'm not afraid of using that little loyalty energy right there, because I'm already boosted. And I just want to get my fights done so I can enjoy time with my family, you know? Alright. As you can see, I'm at 93 health, so they're already power gaining because I'm going to be immune to withers. Not withers, but placebo, excuse me. And this power gain is going to keep on going, but don't have to worry about it. And I put the 2099 relic, like I showed you guys before, and that after like every 8 seconds, it makes you immune to a dex right there, so you don't have to gain power that way. The real thing you got to focus on in these fights is to make sure they have that unstoppable taken care of. So you want to make sure you heavy them or get a special on before you even try to do some fancy stuff, and make sure that they aren't unstoppable and you have slow on them. As you can see, I'm just going to root right here, and as you see, there's a bunch of debuffs, and I am just burst damaging the living crap out of Manthing right now. And the good thing about Sandman is he's shock, bleed, and poison immune. But with this global, it makes the champions immune to pretty much any source of dot. So you don't have to worry about hazard, even if you're a non-hazard champ. There's a lot of champs that are super OP with it. But I'm just getting my root cycle. 44 decelerates, 5 withers, slow, this passive root, the 3 suppressions. I'm back to full health here. And it's a simple, easy fight. It might not be super quick, as people love to do, but safe to me is the most important thing. I know speed is good as well, but safety. I love safety. I preach safety. I do homework for videos when I'm planning. Make sure all that gravy. See, so right here is where I just used it again. I used my relic combo to get my easy opening for my root, the heavy. And as you can see, about 60-70k burst damage right there in easy solo. I will update you guys in the notes about how the end of the war went. And in other news, I am super excited for the next month champs, Werewolf by Night and Morbius, but Werewolf definitely 100%.